This is the 19th, the 20th. I don't know. I think it's the 19th. I don't even have my watch on today. I think today's the 19th. I've been up here trying to get gifts together so we can wrap. I know poor little Andy wants some presents under the tree. He thinks we've all been bad and Santa's not coming. Yes, he's been up here looking for presents, and he has never done that before. So this mama's got to get some presents wrapped in under that tree. I've been making gift baskets for our Christmas Eve party that we have. We play lots of games and have lots of fun stuff to do after we have our dinner. Yes, so I've been making gift baskets. I've got so much stuff to put in baskets. I think I'm going to make one ginormous basket for our grand prize this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. My brother's coming. His family's coming. We're going to have so much fun. Yes, we are. We're all looking real forward to it for the first time in quite some time because, as like most of you all, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have had deaths around Christmas. It seems like we've had so many in our family die around Christmas time. Yes, my dad at Thanksgiving, his dad at Christmas, his aunt at Christmas, another aunt at New Year's, and his, it just goes on and on and on. Just this time of the year, it's just, and these, when I say at Christmas, I mean a day or two, one way or the other, of Christmas Day. And my dad died the day after Thanksgiving. So yes, there's just a lot. It's a lot to have to wrap your head around. Some years it's just a lot. My mother in January, his mother in February. Wintertime is hard on old people. It really is. And I hope that you're not struggling with that this year. And I hope that if you are and it's your first time without a loved one, that you'll find some peace. And that God will wrap his arms around you and hold you close and give you peace. It is hard. It's hard after 26 years without my daddy. It's still hard. It is. My daddy loved Christmas. He absolutely loved Christmas. So enough for all that sad stuff. Let's see what's in our stocking. Just gonna reach up here and grab this one. It's got balloons. It's another balloon one. Two with balloons. Because I love the balloons. I do. Teflon ironing mat. And I've got several of these. The first one I ever got, I got when I got my heat press. And I was doing a lot of heat press stuff for cheer teams and dance teams and all that kind of stuff when I had my business. And I got a heat press. I got a Teflon mat that you laid over your design and pressed it, and that kept it from, if anything slipped or slid or whatever, it did not mess up your heat press. And they're really nice, and they're so good to use with your iron and your ironing board if you are doing anything with steam a seam or heat and bond or anything like that. The Teflon ironing mats are great to have. Because if it gets on there, and it may stick, but once it cools, you can just rub it and take your fingernails or a pot scraper is what I like to use, just a little pot scraper, and it just scrapes right off of there, and you throw it in the trash and you're good to go again. They're really good. Let me see if I can find one here. I've got several. Matter of fact, I ordered some from Amazon, and I'm sure they're down in my Amazon storefront. I think I got 6 or 8 or something like that together in a package, and they are really good. Like I said, if you get your sticky stuff on them, and they're good too if you're like ironing interfacing, because a lot of times your interfacings will, if you touch it with the bare iron, it'll melt. It does that a lot of times. So you don't want to iron interfacing straight with the bare iron because a lot of times it will melt. Ask me how I know that. So a Teflon, it's just a good pressing mat to have between your iron and whatever it is you're ironing. Back in the day, we used a pressing cloth, and I still do use a pressing cloth sometimes. And my pressing cloth is just a flour sack towel, just an old cheap flour sack towel. You can get just a piece of white fabric. You can get anything like that. Works as a pressing cloth. Something to put between your iron and your whatever it is that you are ironing. Okay? But Teflon mats are great to put on your ironing board, to put between your iron and what you're ironing, or put both places. So that's our today's episode of what's in the stocking for Christmas. Y'all, we just have 5 stockings left. Yeah. We just have 5 more stockings. 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Yeah, today's the 19th. I can keep up with it that we've only got 5 more stockings. Christmas is almost here. Yes, it is. Tomorrow, after I get all of our gifts together, we're going to wrap gifts, and I'm going to show you how to make my pretty bows and how to wrap like a professional gift wrapper, because I once was a professional gift wrapper. Sure was. Loved every minute of it. I did. So if you're in need of knowing how to wrap the perfect Christmas gift, you're going to want to be sure to tune in. That video will probably drop, probably the first of the week. Yes, it will, but it will be videoed tomorrow on how to make the perfect gift package. The perfect package. No, I don't drop them in a bag. No bags under my tree. Nope, I do not. The only thing that resembles that is a gift basket or box that I take, and I'll show y'all how I do that. I just take old Amazon boxes and fix them real pretty. Yes, I do. And they make wonderful gift baskets. They do. So y'all want to be sure to tune in and watch that tomorrow. And I will see you all tomorrow for day number 20.